I love Cincinnati. My family is from there.
Oh, really? Oh, wonderful.
And whenever I go back, it's Skyline Chili. Do you know what Skyline Chili is?
No, but when I go to Cincinnati, you better take me there.
Daryl was in Sundance and saw this film in Sundance and said, I need to make this into a musical, and called her son back in New York. At the same time, almost concurrently, unbeknownst, I was in London and I saw the film in London because it came, it's a British story. So I saw it, and fast forward a few months later, and Daryl invited me to lunch, which we've worked together many times before.
That wasn't an odd thing to do.
Yeah, it wasn't an odd thing to do, so I didn't think anything of it. I thought, oh, good, I'm going to have lunch with Daryl. And over lunch, Daryl said, you know, I saw this small little film that I think would make a great movie. And I said, really? A little skeptically, I said, really? What is that? And she said, Kinky Boots. And I said, oh my God, I saw that too. I agree. And so it was born.
And then the process began, because we first had to gain the option for the film. And it was a tricky one, because at the time, the companies that made the film, Disney and the Miramax company, were sort of breaking up, and they weren't sure who was getting what product, you know. So it took about a year and some for us to actually obtain the rights. The good news is that it ended up in the Disney family, and since they did not think that they would make it into a musical, we had the good fortune of being given the option. And so from there we put together a fabulous team, Jerry Mitchell to direct it and choreograph, and Harvey to write the book. Cindi came later. She was the last member of the team, the dream team, as we like to say. And when her voice was added into this mix, it just became the fabulous musical it is. Starting with Jerry, Hal had worked with Jerry, I had worked with Jerry. I felt he had the sensibility for this and the exuberance to bring a story like this to life. Cindi was actually a latecomer to the party, as we said, and Harvey had suggested her. We had looked at other songwriting teams, and we hadn't, you know, Hal and I didn't think that we really came upon it. And so we were out there really looking for ideas.
Yeah. And it is like a big puzzle. When it all comes together in the right way, like a puzzle piece, it fits, and you just go, "Oh, that's the piece," and that's how it was. With
and it was that way too, because the working relationship between, you know, Cindi had never written a musical for Broadway, so the fact that she had the experience of Harvey and Jerry on either side of her really helped pull this together. And she was she was a good student. She was very amenable to learning the craft. She could write a great song, that we all knew.
Yeah.
But she was really helped by Harvey and Jerry, and they brought her along the musical theater writing path, and I think we were grateful for all of that.